Hey everybody, I'm in my training room right now, and you might notice something strange behind me. This is my sock wall. It is a piece of foam board with socks stapled and glued to them. So these are actual stinky, icky socks. And I don't have this board just because it's a beautiful piece of art. I have it here because we have certain dogs who come to us with a history of eating socks, eating clothing. And this is very dangerous, aside from just being annoying to only have one pair of socks. It's very dangerous because if the dog even eats a little bit of the sock or the clothing, they can have an obstruction, could stop their digestive system right up, and could cause a really expensive surgery or worse. Dogs do die from obstructions very often. So when we have dogs come through with the desire to eat socks, eat clothing, we try to train them not to touch that. So we teach them that socks are off limit, toys are okay, bones are okay, things that the human says are good for you, that's okay. So we're not telling them don't ever touch anything. We're telling them do not touch socks, do not touch underwear, do not eat the kids' toys, so they know what's good and what's not okay to touch. And so speaking of obstructions, Mr. Champ here, our sweet young Bernedoodle, hey buddy, he is actually in his I think he's only 18 months, already had the obstruction surgery for eating a sock, so it's really dangerous, really expensive, and we just don't want our guy to go through that again. So what I'm gonna do is some old-fashioned aversion training. Now, if you live out in the Wild West, they do aversion training with rattlesnakes, so they teach the dog, here's a snake, if you go up to it, it's gonna get very hot using an e-collar. So, I'm going to heel Mr. Champ past it a few times. He can look at it, he can see the socks are there. He sees them right now, he knows. And then when I feel like he is reliably ignoring it, I will release him. I'll say break and let him go play. He can choose to play with toys, he can choose to get attention from me. Whatever he wants to do is fine, but if he goes for the socks, I'm going to correct him at a high number. Now this guy typically works between, 10 and 25. Good job on his e-collar. I would probably set it up somewhere around 50, so a pretty high number for this guy. And that would be a really meaningful experience for him. He'll learn that, okay, when I bite the sock bites back, and I don't want to eat socks anymore. Of course, this is going to be combined with management at home. He's not going to just be allowed to free roam around the house for so many reasons, but for this reason especially. If there are socks available, if you're not watching, he could still eat it. He's not a robot. But this is a good way to start to teach him socks are off limits, buddy. All right, you ready? Let's go. Good job. He's such a handsome boy. Good boy. He sees the socks, he knows they're there. Good job, Champ. Sit. Good boy. So here's an appropriate toy. Here's a dog toy, a nice long tug. There's his options. He could either solicit attention from me, which he's most likely to do, grab the tug toy and I'll play with him, or go for the socks and be corrected pretty high. So he typically works lower than 20. I'm gonna set it up to a 50. It's not painful, but it is startling and unpleasant. Good boy. Hey, Champ. Break! Hey, buddy! Hi, kiddo. What you doing? Hi. Oh, he's a good boy. Good job. Good job. Go get it. Go get it. Break it. Yeah, good job. You like that toy, silly boy. Get it. I'm pretty sure Champ knows he's being set up. He says, why are these socks stapled to this board? That's weird. Break! Go on. And we're probably not going to get any meaningful reps tonight or ever here because he knows that in my house, things like that are off limits. They are not for him to touch. Dog toys, when I say it's okay to play with them, he will play with them and enjoy it. But if I leave clothes around, he won't touch them. So what I want him to do is feel that way at home as well. So not everything in his house is his domain and free to touch or grab or eat. And we'll be transferring that kind of understanding to his owners when he goes home. So far so good. Doesn't care about the socks. Hey, buddy. I know. Good job. You're such a good boy. Good job, goofball. Break! Hey.